The envelope trembled in my hands, its edges frayed from where I'd gripped it too tightly, as if squeezing it could erase the truth inside. The private investigator's report was heavier than paper should be, a brick of secrets threatening to crush my life. I sat in the dim glow of our kitchen, the clock ticking past midnight, its rhythm a mocking heartbeat against the silence of our empty house. My wife Lila was upstairs asleep, her soft breathing a lie I'd believed for 12 years. I'd hired the PI 3 weeks ago, driven by a gnawing unease I couldn't name. It started with small things. Her phone face down on the counter, her laughter too bright when she mentioned her new coworker Ethan. The way she'd linger at the door after work, her eyes distant, as if she'd left part of herself somewhere else. I told myself it was nothing, that I was paranoid, that love doesn't curdle without reason. But doubt is a weed, and once it takes root, it strangles everything. The report was meticulous, clinical. Pages of dates, times, locations. A grainy photo of Lila at a cafe, her hand brushing Ethan's over a coffee cup. Another of them in a park, her head tilted back in laughter, his arms slung casually around her shoulders. But what stopped my breath, what made my vision blur with rage and confusion, was the final page. It wasn't just Lila. Her sisters, Clara the eldest, sharp-tongued and fiercely protective, Mara, the quiet one who always seemed to know more than she said, and Tessa, the wild card with a smile that could disarm anyone, were all there, tangled in the same web. The PI had followed Lila, but her sisters appeared in every frame, as if they were guarding her, complicit in her secret. My chest burned. Were they all in on it? Was this some elaborate betrayal? A family conspiracy to hide Lila's affair? I pictured them whispering at their weekly brunches, plotting, laughing at my blindness. The thought made me want to scream, to tear the house apart, but I sat frozen, the report a ticking bomb in my lap. I should have confronted her weeks ago, when I first noticed her perfume lingering too long after she left the room, or when she started locking her phone. But I loved her too much to believe she'd hurt me. Lila, with her crooked smile and the way she hummed off-key while cooking. Lila, who cried during old rom-coms and held my hand through every hospital visit after my father's stroke. How could that woman be this woman? The stairs creaked as I climbed them, the report tucked under my arm like a guilty secret. Our bedroom was dark, save for the sliver of moonlight cutting across Lila's face. She looked peaceful, her lips slightly parted, her hair spilling over the pillow. I wanted to shake her awake, demand answers, but my courage faltered. What if she lied? What if she didn't? Instead, I went to the guest room, locking the door behind me. The report lay open on the bed, its pages glowing faintly under the lamp. I read it again, searching for something I'd missed, some explanation that didn't end in betrayal. Clara had been at the cafe, sitting 2 tables away, her eyes scanning the room like a hawk. Mara was in the park, reading a book on a bench, too close to be coincidence. Tessa had been spotted at Ethan's apartment building, lingering by the entrance. The PI noted their presence as unusual. But to me it screamed collusion. Morning came too soon, the sun harsh through the curtains. Lila was already in the kitchen, brewing coffee, her smile soft as she handed me a mug. "You didn't sleep in our bed," she said, her voice light but edged with worry. "Everything okay, Tom?" I wanted to slam the report on the counter, watch her face crumple as she tried to explain. But her eyes held mine, warm and searching, and I faltered again. "Just couldn't sleep," I muttered, hating how easily I lied to protect her. The day dragged, every moment a battle between rage and denial. I called Clara first, her number burning a hole in my phone. She answered on the second ring, her voice clipped. "Tom? What's up? Why were you at the cafe with Lila and Ethan?" I blurted, my pulse hammering. Silence. Then, "What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. I hired a PI. I know everything." Her laugh was sharp, cutting. "You hired a PI? Jesus, Tom, that's low. You think Lila's cheating because I was at a cafe? I was meeting a client. You're unhinged." She hung up, leaving me shaking. Mara was next, her voice soft, almost pitying. "Tom, I don't know what you think you saw, but Lila loves you. Maybe you're reading too much into things." Tessa didn't answer, her voicemail chipper and infuriating. Each call chipped away at my certainty, but the photos didn't lie. That night, I confronted Lila. The words spilled out, jagged and raw, as I shoved the report toward her. Explain this. Explain Ethan. Explain your sisters. Her face went pale, her hands trembling as she flipped through the pages. Tom, this isn't what you think, she whispered, her voice breaking. Please let me explain. Then do it. I snapped, my voice louder than I meant. Because right now, it looks like you and your sisters are laughing behind my back while you sneak around with him. She flinched, tears welling. Ethan's not. He's not my lover. He's my cousin. The room tilted. What? Ethan's my cousin. From Dad's side. He moved here last month, and we've been helping him settle in. Clara was at the cafe because she's handling his lease. Mara was in the park because she's tutoring him in Spanish. Tessa was at his building because she's dating his roommate. I didn't tell you because, she hesitated, her voice cracking. Because I was planning a surprise. For our anniversary. Ethan's a chef, Tom. He's catering it. I wanted it to be perfect. The air left my lungs. I wanted to believe her, but the doubt lingered, sharp as a blade. Why didn't you just tell me? Because you've been so stressed with work with your dad. I thought a surprise would make you happy. Her tears fell now, silent and heavy. I didn't know you were hurting like this. Guilt clawed at me, but so did suspicion. Show me proof, I said, my voice cold. She pulled out her phone, scrolling through texts, messages to Ethan about menus, to Clara about venues, to Mara about logistics. It was all there, innocent, loving. My knees buckled, and I sank into a chair, the report slipping to the floor. I'm sorry, I whispered, but the words felt hollow. I'd let doubt poison everything, turned her sisters into villains, her love into a lie. But as she hugged me, her sobs shaking us both, a new fear crept in. What if I'd been right? What if this was the real betrayal? Her ability to make me doubt myself so completely. The anniversary party came a week later, Ethan's food perfect, the sisters all there, smiling like nothing had happened. But as Lila laughed, her hand on my arm, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was still hidden. Some truth buried deeper than any report could uncover. And as I smiled back, I wondered if I'd ever trust her, or myself again.